maybe not. These jerseys are not cheap.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine them being very not cheap. Anyway, we're about to go into something. Oh, Devin Booker. You want to talk Devin Booker?
I do. So, um, do you go on to Basketball Reference at all?
I use it for stats, yeah.
It is a fantastic site. Shout out Basketball Reference. Shout out Basketball Reference and Tankathon. Those are my two NBA sites. Anyways.
And thirdwordsports.wordpress.com.
WordPress.com.
Third
yeah,
Sports.
but I write that. So, But anyways, so you can do player comparisons, and you can do stat tricks, you can do a bunch of different comparisons. And I saw something, and I was just, seeing something about, people talk about what is Devin Booker going to be, and you see so much, and I just went out there, and I just was, looking through, I was like, okay, who's had Devin Booker type years? And I stumbled upon this Devin Booker versus Kyrie Irving thing, and I looked up at it. The first three seasons in the league. First 3 seasons in the league. Devin Booker, 19.8 points. Kyrie Irving, 20.7 points. Kyrie, 5.8 assists. Devin Booker's 3.5 assists. Their offensive rating, Devin Booker was 104. Kyrie's 109. Devin Booker's defense is worse. 114 to 109. That's not good. And then Devin Booker's win shares and value over replacement player is way worse than Kyrie Irving. His VORP is 0.4 to 8.1.
What's VORP?
It's value over replacement player.
Okay.
It's basically saying
I understand it.
If we
I didn't know what the I understand what value over replacement is. I know what WAR is. I'm a big baseball guy. I understand WAR. You guys should just use WAR in the NBA.
The people that listen that don't know, basically it is saying if you had a team that scored, it's like 1 point per possession for 100 possessions. Basically, if you had a team made up of the most average NBA players based on data year to year, just the most average NBA player that you can have, and then you replace them with this player, how much would it help? The higher your VORP, the value over replacement player is kind of like it's actually just a pretty good stat about, how good someone is. Basically what I've seen from this, I think that Devin Booker is going to be a revolving door on defense. I don't think his defense is ever going to get that much better. He's going to be about 90% of what Kyrie Irving could do, which means I think he is a 2-star at best, probably a 3rd star on a championship-winning team, on a team that makes it to the championship. I don't know if I'm the Suns, I'm not comfortable with Devin Booker being my main star. From everything it looks like, from his progression so far, it looks like he's going to be basically a Kyrie Irving that can't play defense.
Wow, dude. That was some hot takes. Some bold takes. I just looked up Anthony Davis's VORP. I don't know if you just add the first 3 years together, but his first 2 years of his VORP was only 5.9, but his third year it was a total of 5.7. Anyway, I don't know if that matters at all. But Devin Booker, I think he gets a lot of love just because he's on a bad team and he has those really big nights where he shows out. It could be a lot of empty stats because he has to carry the load. It'd be interesting what he can do with an actual decent team. But, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a very interesting point.
I think he kind of needs, I was saying this, I think the Suns need more than 35 wins. If he can lead this Suns team, because it's really not a terrible team. DeAndre Ayton's a pretty serviceable big man that can do some things, and he has a bunch of shooting and a point guard in Ricky Rubio that can run a system. He needs to get more than 35
What did they get for Josh Jackson?
I think they paid Josh Jackson to leave.
That's terrible. Wasn't he? That's off.
I don't know. I don't know what they got from him, but it was not much. I mean, Josh Jackson.
And they gave up T.J. Warren.
Yeah, I don't understand some of their moves, giving up T.J. Warren, who's a pretty good player. But, I mean, really, Devin Booker should be able to thrive in this system.
DeAndre Ayton did not have as good as a VORP
if he's a number one star, even a number 2 star, they need to at least be in the conversation for 8th seed around the All-Star break. It's what it has to be.
They're not good. They're not good enough. No, that West is just too tough. I think, especially this year, they're just like they're not even close to as good as those other teams that are gonna make the run for the 8th. I think the teams that are gonna make the run for the 8th like are the Spurs, the Mavericks.
I agree.
Who are the other teams?
This is what I'm saying.
I have to go through my list.
Well, the team's not good enough. The team's not good enough. At what point is it because Devin Booker also isn't good enough?
I understand what you're saying, but I think that's just you're comparing and you're just giving him a very hard time based on the league that he's in. I think the 8th seed is just unreasonable for that team just based on what they have right now.
He has to get it. I'm just saying you gotta be in the conversation.
Eventually, you would think by now.
If you're worthy of getting paid that supermax that he's gonna be wanting, and he's already getting paid a ridiculous amount. You got to have your team in the conversation at the All-Star break. I mean, they're not even in the conversation in December, you know?
Yeah, I agree. But, yeah, I don't have much to add to this, except for I think VORP might be dumb now because it said DeAndre Ayton has a way better, or had a better VORP than Trae Young, and Luka Doncic had a 3.6 VORP this year. And I don't think that's fair.
Yeah,
Whoever these nerds are that made it, they're not watching the game good enough. They got to fix it.
Well, the good thing that I like about that, the value over replacement, is it's not, I mean, I guess you do have to watch the game. It's basically everyone gets the same slate. It's how much better you are over this replacement player, over this average player.
Based on statistics.
Based on statistics, yes, which does, I understand that statistics don't mean the world.
They don't say the whole story, but yes, you're right, yeah.
And another thing that, going back to the Westbrook thing, the reason why Westbrook's so dangerous is, anyone who's been dunked on knows what it feels like. And if Westbrook can just jam on you, it's 2 points, but it's more than 2 points, you know?
Yeah, and when Trae Young hits a 3 from the logo, yeah. It's worth more than 3 points. It's worth at least 100 points. And
well, when he starts hitting from everywhere, it's like I can't even guard this man.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I know what you're saying.
Then maybe your shooting's off.
I know what you're saying. Well, I know. I wanted to be angry at the stat nerds. I wanted to.
Are we going to talk about the Mavs and what they're creating over there? What's happening?
We've already talked about what they're creating over there.
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, we did.
They increased on it, right? They got more. The only thing is,
who'd they add?
Seth, I don't worry.
Who did they add besides recently? I know they got Boban. Who was after Boban?
Did we talk? I mean, I don't think we talked about Boban.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Should they just get Chandler Parsons again?
No, the Hawks just got Chandler Parsons.
That's right.
The Hawks, we're going to win the Southeast Division. Jimmy Butler is going to ruin Miami's franchise. I can't wait for it. All he wanted to do, he went to Miami. He's like, I'm going to wear the nice white suit. I'm going to go to the clubs. I'm going to Tony Montana it. Who cares if we win basketball games? I'm rich, and I'm living in one of the best party cities in the world.
I guess so.
You know who loves? You know how country rap's become a real big thing? I bet that's Jimmy Butler's thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he was featured on it.
I feel like Jimmy Butler isn't Jimmy Butler I could see him.
He's a big country music guy.
I don't know because I guess didn't he what? Not Taylor Swift. Russell Westbrook likes Taylor Swift.
Jimmy Butler's a big country music guy.
Yeah, but is he Waylon Jennings country or? Is he
I don't think he's Waylon Jennings. I think he's more new.
Yeah,
I think he's new country. He could be a Waylon Jennings. That'd be kind of awesome. I'd have a whole new respect for him.
Yeah, that would be much better than new country.
I think he's more of a Florida Georgia Line guy.
Oh, jeez, you hate to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask Jimmy Butler about his music taste when I talk to him next time.
All right. What else? Do we want to talk about the Clippers and?
They're going to be really, really good at defense. Their defense is going to be phenomenal. Paul George, Kawhi. Who else they got? Montrezl, Pat Beverly. Yeah, I think everyone's talked about it enough. I don't think we have to jump into the Clippers right now.
Did you see the LA coffee chain that banned Kawhi for life?
Yeah, I think that's a great sports move, especially if you're in the two city sports. You should ban people from places. I like the banning
Here's
move.
my thing. So at what point does that become collusion? Because you remember when Boston, there was that place in Boston that offered Kevin Durant as like free lobster rolls for life or something.
I don't think the NBA can be going out suing coffee chains and lobster roll places.
They can't. But at what point is it like, okay, this is a little bit too much? Like, what if there was like and like people buying Kawhi's house in Toronto and stuff like that? And I don't know. It was just interesting. It's like, what if Golden State people are like, we'll give you, we'll just like sell you stocks of like these Fortune 500 companies.
I want the next XFL league that becomes like the NBA, the XFL of the NBA. They should just collude all the time. Lots and lots of collusion. It's a lot of players just like trying to make LeBron super teams, just going behind players' backs. That's what I want.
Every player talks to every other player.
Huh?
Every player talks to every other player.
I know. I want the collusion like
fine.
way out there.
Hey, let players talk to other players. Players can't get collusion charges. They're just being players. You want to make your team the best.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm done with basketball. Unless you want to keep going, I'm ready for.
I'm done too. I just thought that was interesting. What just what is the line? At some point, will the line be crossed for banning people or allowing people? What if a bunch of Lakers chains and stuff like that? Literally, like, Kawhi couldn't, like, get Uber Eats or anything. You know what I mean? Because
you're making them into NCAA athletes, Matt. You want them to be NCAA athletes.
I don't at all. I think NCAA athletes should be paid, but...
Some of them. I don't know. I'm a little...
I think you should have a decision, but that's another
I think
show.
they should be able to make money off their merch and stuff like that. But I don't think they should get, like, a job salary.
Yeah, I think they're just getting paid anyways, so you might as well regulate it.
I don't know. It's just so hard for regulations because you got to think about every other sport.
It is,
and that's just my.
That's a talk for another time.
That's a long debate, and I didn't really want to get everyone riled up right here. I mean, we could get Seth Greenberg on here to talk. Is it it's Jay Billis that really hates the NCAA not paying him, right?
I don't know.
I think it's Jay Billis. It's either Seth Greenberg or Jay Billis.
I'm not sure.
One of them gets real angry, and I love it.
I agree with you.
All right.
We'll
talk a little bit of tennis. I don't know if we've ever talked about tennis on the show before.
Aren't we doing a full?
All right. So we're gonna replay the match. We're gonna break down every single shot, every serve, every facial expression from Kate Middleton. So the match was about 5 to 6 hours. So this segment should take about roughly 9 hours. So if you're going to do some cardio, get on the bike, you get your 9-hour journey ready. So let's break it down. So, all right, the first shot, it was a serve by Federer. And as you can see, Federer has this look in his eyes, like, this is going to be a long day. And then the camera cuts to Kate Middleton almost immediately.
With a shocked expression on her face, she realizes that putting money on Federer might not have been the smart move.
I think it's just... Oh, that was a great match, though. That was an amazing match. That was like... I feel like I've seen this match 100 times from the tennis, though. Just where they go all these sets. But then they were talking about how it's like it hasn't happened in the finals in a while, which is kind of crazy. I guess maybe not. But when are we going to create some new tennis stars? We've had Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal for like the last 15 years.
We're doing women's tennis stars now.
Oh, yeah. Coco Gauff is a star. I love Coco Gauff.
Yeah. So we're doing women's tennis stars now. We're going to do men's tennis stars later.
Isn't the Sharapova like banned from tennis now?
I have no clue.
I think she got like in a lot of trouble for like PEDs or something.
I believe it. But
the second shot. So
I just like. I hate to say it. I feel bad. I can't watch a tennis match. I can't.
Oh, dude, it was so exciting today. Did you not watch the match today?
No, I didn't.
It was phenomenal. It was electric.
Like a couple serves.
It was electric. I was watching the Coco Gauff show. I thought I didn't watch the one she got eliminated because it was on at like 6 in the morning, and I just didn't wake up for it. I did not know what time she was. I knew she was playing on that Monday, but I just didn't get up to watch it. But today it was electric. Every point mattered. The one thing that was like weird to me was Federer just blew Djokovic out in the second set, and he beat him like 6-1. I wish there was like a benefit to that, but there's like no benefit. It's like getting just like a 10-9 in MMA or a 10-9 in boxing. It's like, oh, well, next round, you just whooped his ass, but it's only one round.
Yeah.
Um,